What them haters talking about?
What's up, family? I recently interviewed a good friend of mine, Judge Joe Stevens, on the GETO Boys Reloaded podcast. We talked about his time as a Houston Rockets basketball player and his interactions with then teammate Charles Barkley. Judge said from what he knew, Charles was a good dude. I challenged him on that. This family is a couple of brothers with different perspectives, having a conversation, trying to reach an understanding. Check out the video, leave your comments, and I'll come back with mine. How is Charles a good dude when Charles throws his people under the bus regularly and he has all the smoke for black athletes and black people in general, but he never, ever, ever criticizes the white community collectively?
I think some of that, man, is sometimes you can be a victim of your own stardom, right? You come from Leeds, Alabama, number one, right? You're not from a big metropolis, and you get thrust into this stardom. So and some of that, you transcend color, because when your star gets so bright, like you can easily forget the worst drug known to man is fame, right? I mean, you know, it's I see it even in politics here locally. People get a robe on when they win an election or they win an elected position, and it changes people.
The worst drug known to man is fame. He said a mouthful then. The judge also said, sometimes you can be a victim of your own stardom. That's Charles Barkley going straight for the bag, because the dude at least appeared to stand on something before he got that job at TNT. Once he got that job, oh man, he was straight buck dancing all day long, just sleeping in the bed with buttermilk biscuits, crumbs all over the floor, leading all the way from the kitchen, just brushing his teeth and fried chicken. The dude hey, you can say what you want to say, fam. The only people that like Charles Barkley is black people who don't really take themselves seriously, don't really care nothing really about their culture, who allow people to disrespect them, and other people who don't like black people. That's right, I said it. Because Charles Barkley is a clown. All he does is throw black people under the bus, especially black athletes. Oh man, he got all this, just like Stephen A. But they got all the smoke for the black athlete. I mean, they just talk really just reckless. But they are very measured with their criticism of white athletes. And oftentimes, when white athletes do things, they sweep it right under the rug. They don't even speak on it. But as soon as somebody black says, that was stupid, he's ignorant, he's dumb, they got all kinds of names for him. And I know some of y'all say, well, but Charles Barkley gave $100 million. Charles Barkley gave, let me tell y'all something about people giving money. Just because you give somebody some money doesn't mean you like them. Doesn't mean that you have their best interest at heart. The government gives black people hundreds of millions of dollars a year, and you know how they feel about us. A pimp will go out and buy a woman a dress, some expensive shoes, a purse, get her hair fixed, makeup done, nails and everything, and put her out there on that corner to sell her body. Family, if you don't hear anything else I say in this video, hear this. It's a lot of people out there criticizing the black community. But we have to be smart enough to pay attention to who actually helps versus who critiques We have to be very careful about the people who we elevate, how we look at them. We got to be very careful and understand how to decipher who's helping and who's criticizing. There is a difference. There's a difference in who's helping and who's just criticizing. There are people on YouTube every day. All they do is criticize black people specifically. They find somebody black every single day, all day. That's their whole hustle, criticizing black people. There's some dudes out there, their whole hustle is to criticize women. Some dudes' whole hustle is to criticize men. You got women, their whole hustle is to criticize women. And then you got those who criticize men. That's their hustle. 24/7. They ain't got nothing else to talk about. They wake up every day, go to sleep. Everything they talk about, they just wait on an opportunity to see something where they can paint a man in a bad light. And whoop, they go right on in. They wake up, the dudes wake up every day to see a woman doing something stupid and say, see that? I told you, look at them. That's how they act. That's how all of them. And they try to paint them with a broad brush. We got to be very careful about how we elevate people. We got to understand how to recognize who is for us and who's against us. And the easiest way is to look at who's helping and who's criticizing. That's one of the easiest ways. That's not the easiest way, but that's one of the easiest way to tell who's helping, who's criticizing. I'll tell you another way too, fam. If they're black and they're liked primarily by mainstream, they're not for us. Mainstream America, and when I say mainstream America, I'm talking about the media, specifically how they report. If they like a black person, usually that black person is a buck dancing jigaboo, buttermilk biscuit eating, chuck and jiver. Now, if you're a big black dude, the more you show these people that you're not a threat, the more they like you. Because they're very afraid already of a big black dude. Ooh, man. But if he's big and he's goofy, he's friendly, always smiling, always showing his teeth, put on wigs, makeup, and high heel shoes and dresses. Oh, yeah. They're going to love him because they know he's not a threat and he'll never be, at least not to the establishment. Watch who they like. Whoever they like, they're not for us. Because they're not for anybody who's for black people. Even if it's a white person. If a white person is for black people, they're not for that white person. They don't like nobody who like us. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?
Yeah.